Hey everyone, we're already a year into the crypto bear market and this might continue for the foreseeable future. There's a lot of FUD, there are a lot of people that are capitulating, and in this video I want to help out especially the beginners that maybe this is your first crypto bear winter and you're feeling all kinds of emotion and you don't know what to do with it. My goal here is to help you understand better why you're feeling these emotions and how you can manage it so you make the most out of the opportunity that every single bear market presents, and of course to learn from your experience and be ready for the next bull and bear cycles of cryptocurrencies. I'm gonna divide this video into 4 different sections talking about 4 main things, but if I don't answer your question or your issue that you're facing, make sure you post it below and I'll make sure to answer it. Let's jump right into it. If you have been on social media lately, you'll see a lot of FUD surrounding Bitcoin and crypto overall. The main reason is this guy right here, which is amazing what kind of a fraud he is, and it's even more amazing that maybe he'll get away with it because of his lobbying and everything that's going on, which is crazy. But if you're a normal person, you probably feel a lot of fear, you want to capitulate, you want to get out of crypto, and actually there's a specific website counting how many times Bitcoin has died over the years. A quick look, you'll see that in the past few months we have already had quite a lot of articles saying that Bitcoin or crypto is dead, and that is completely normal for a bear trend. Actually, even this bear trend we have seen less and less articles like this. If we go back to the 2018 bear trend, there were a lot more articles like this. However, the fear is real, and the main reasons why you might be feeling it are actually 3 and are very simple. The first one is that you might have too much exposure to crypto. The second one is that you don't have enough cash in your bank account so that you're ready to buy the dip. And the third one is that you're just simply missing experience. Let's look at each one separately and how to deal with them. So the first one is, I think, the hardest to deal with because you might have thought that Bitcoin will go to 100k or even more. However, we are like 70% from the all-time high, and in the foreseeable future, I don't think we'll recover that fast. And if you have too much exposure, and what too much exposure means, pretty much you have borrowed money to get into crypto, or you're over 50 or 60% into crypto, or you don't have any other hard assets, or maybe you're relying on trading to pretty much cover all your monthly expenses. These are all signs that you're over leveraged in crypto, and whenever something like this happens, it can get really gnarly for those kind of people because you might have to liquidate assets, you lose sleep at night, and many other things happen. And the way to manage this, and if you're in such kind of position, is simply to look into your positions. This might even be Bitcoin, or it might be some kind of altcoins, like for example you bought some Atom at the top, or maybe you bought some Algo because you think it will pump around the World Cup. You know, all those different narratives that we all fall victims to. You need to go over each of your positions and decide, okay, is this money that I'm affording now to lose and I'm comfortable with this, or I will feel much better and be much calmer if I sell this position, or I will just reduce my size enough that it will help me sleep at night and help me make better decisions in the future. Because if you're stranded with fear and if you really feel this and it's not letting you sleep at night and so on, this will not help you make rational decisions. And in the bear market, it's very important to make rational decisions. The main way to manage this is through position sizes overall. If you look into your overall portfolio and you have to decide, first of all, obviously how much crypto exposure you want to have, but also on every single position that you have, you need to decide, okay, should I cut this or should I just reduce my position? And at the end of the day, is the money that I'm investing in crypto something that I need right now or in the next future, like in the next couple of months or 3 months or maybe up to a year, because we don't know how long the bear market will continue. And if you go through this process, it will help you reduce your exposure if you need to, or it will reaffirm to you that yes, I have good exposure And this is not the issue that I'm thinking that crypto will be dead in the near future. And this is where you go to the other steps. And the next one is more specifically if you don't have enough money or if you're not prepared for this bear trend with enough liquidity. And that is probably the most important time when you need to be liquid and you need to be able to purchase Bitcoin or whatever other altcoins you are thinking of buying in these lower prices, because these prices don't come this often. And if we look at a 12-month chart of Bitcoin, you'll see that in the past we have had pretty much 4 years in the history of Bitcoin that were this red, that were this bad in a bear market, and all the other is green years. So it's very important to be aware of this and to be prepared with dry powder to buy the dips. And you can only do this if you have enough excess cash either in your bank account or if you have enough income every month that will allow you to freely invest some money into crypto. And if you are not into this situation, this could create also a lot of FOMO and again a lot of fear. The way to solve this is simply first to look at your expenses and if there are ways to reduce them. So if you're spending a lot of cash on travel, or if your Lambo needs new rims or stuff like this, maybe you need to get rid of those expenses in order to make sure that you have enough liquidity to go through this bear trend and not to be worried, and to have at least 2 or 5% to invest in crypto. In this way, you won't be feeling sorry. Even if this goes to zero and if crypto disappears suddenly, you still need to be ready with the cash that you still want to invest, and that won't change your lifestyle if you invest this money into crypto and if it goes to really zero. If you're watching this, probably you don't think crypto will go to zero, me neither, but still it's a probability and I'm not excluding it at all. And that's why I always advise people to risk only money that they can afford to lose 100%. And the last part is if you don't have any experience, and that's actually very typical. A lot of people get into crypto and this might be your first bear market and you're like, oh no, I listened to my uncle and I bought the top here at 60k, now I'm underwater like 60-70%. What I need to do? You need to study. This is the main thing, and that's why I'm doing these videos and I'm trying to help as many people as possible, because I was like this. I was like you back here in 2017 and I was feeling all of those emotions and I knew that it won't be easy, but really the opportunity that we have in crypto is once in a lifetime, and I still think we have a lot of potential in the future. So if you have followed someone into crypto just for fun and you have invested money without knowing what the hell are you doing, I strongly suggest to study as much as possible on crypto, study the cycles, study what other people do with experience, and just join communities that talk about this and have experience, and most importantly will be able to answer your beginners questions. And if you have any questions, don't forget I'm always available and don't be shy to ask them. There's no stupid questions, especially when it comes to crypto. A lot of people, including myself, have a lot of regrets when it comes to crypto, and I have a full video discussing my biggest mistakes in this last bull cycle. But the main one that pretty much everyone has is not selling enough of your tokens or not cutting your losers on time. And the main reason that this happened is that you didn't have a plan. If you don't know what a trading plan is, or if you don't have your plan on your own, please don't enter any positions. This is like the most important thing that you need to do in crypto. I have also felt victim to this, and I usually manage these kind of positions through position sizing. So all of my big losers percentage wise are not big losers when it comes to the monetary side, but they still hurt and they still generate a lot of regrets. And if I give you just simple example with 1 inch, I was buying the breakout here on the all-time high, and as you can see, after that we went on a full-blown bear market. And here I actually decided to cut this position, and that's of course one of the choices that you can have, either to cut the position or to decide to hold it, and this will actually help you get over a lot of the regrets. In my situation, I decided to cut it because it's just a mental drag for me and I want to have a clean slate, clean portfolio. I also wanted to free up some cash for better opportunities, and I also don't believe so much in 1 inch that will recover and will hit new all-time highs in the future. So that's why I decided to cut it out, and this helped me a lot with my regrets. However, if you have such a position, like for example I have one on SO, and you think that it could recover, I still have a bag that I'm holding here and I'm willing to hold it, but again, I don't have regrets because I went through this process, I made the decision, and now I'm okay with it. If something drastic changes, I'm willing to adjust my plan, but right now I'm okay with this and I'm not having any regrets. And the main reason for this is because I do journal quite a lot about my trades and in general about all the feelings that I have when it comes to crypto trading. I can share with you like a simple journal that I have here. It's just a template. It can walk you through different reasons for entering a trade or exiting a trade and how you execute it and how you manage your emotions. However, just a simple piece of paper or a Google Docs where you can just write freely your thoughts and everything that you're feeling is the most powerful tool when it comes to improving your trading skills and analyzing all the mistakes that you have done. So the next time you have any kind of regrets or you have fear because of everything that's going on the market, or you made some mistakes on a trade or whatever, use journaling and it will help you avoid all of those regrets, and actually it will help you get to know yourself a little bit better, which ultimately will make you a much better trader. Another major obstacles that people face is just sitting and doing nothing in these difficult times. Usually if you're an active trader or if you're learning to become a trader, what you will do is you will look for setups every single day, and every single day that you are not in a setup, you'll be regretting and you'll be like, oh, I'm missing out, or I'm not learning this or that or whatever. However, not every single day and not all conditions on the market are favorable for trading, and this is one of the rules that everyone learns the hard way. So what people will do is, if there's no setup, let's say on the daily chart, they will go to the hourly chart, and then they will go even to the 15-minute chart and just look for support, resistance, and breaks of support and resistance, and maybe this could be my trigger, and so on and so on and so on. So they're pushing trades that maybe they are not there, first of all, or that they don't have a plan for. I'm not against taking any trades at all in the bear market. I have taken trades personally, and this brings me to the previous point. You really need to have a concrete plan, and if you have a clear risk to reward, and this is just an example on Binance Coin. Let's say you want to buy this breakout right here and you're targeting the next level of resistance here. Once price action shows you something that you consider a trigger for a trade, you need to just use your tools and say, okay, let's say this trade has 3% risk. Am I willing to lose 3% on this trade in order for potentially to make around 10%? If the answer is yes, great, take the trade and be aware of the risks. And if this is not worth the risk, just move on, and that's it. Don't forget that being flat is also a position, and while you won't have the opportunity to make money if you're out of the market, you will also have the opportunity not to lose any money while you're not into any positions that you don't believe 100% in. This also doesn't mean that you have to completely disengage with the markets for a long period of time, because I think staying on top of things, even if you're not actively trading, helps you a lot to keep your skills sharp, and whenever new opportunities present, you'll be willing to take them. And definitely, if you don't have anything to do and if you don't feel like you're productive in this bear trend, one of the main things that you can do, and I think one of the most important things that you should do, is research. Just go on Messari, click on their research tab here and start looking into all of the free papers that they're providing. And also, once you've done this and once you're going through this, you'll be able to see a lot of tokens that are coming up and are worth researching. And I definitely recommend for everyone to do this, because this is where you find the next Sol, for example, or the next Matic or so on, and you will be prepared for the next bull run, and you have a ton of knowledge more compared to all the newbies and also some of the more experienced people that are in the crypto for quite a while already. This is one of the main things that I'm currently doing, and to be honest, I really love it, just because I love crypto in general, but it really helps me to stay productive, to get my mental game intact and get away a little bit from the everyday charts and so on, where pretty much nothing is happening right now. And I know that in the long term, the work that I'm doing currently will pay out for sure. And finally, if you still are feeling a lot of fear and you have doubts and you have a lot of regrets, even after doing all the things that we already discussed, keep in mind that this is completely normal. We are human beings. Me, myself, although I have some experience in the markets, I still feel quite a lot of fear, and I can tell when it's taking over me. And the main tool in my toolbox is to just journal or to talk it through with some friends and see what they're doing. And also in the community, just ask people, talk about this, how you feel, what are you doing, or what mistakes you have done and you have regrets about. We're here for you. And there's no shame in discussing these things, because we're people and because all of these things are actually making us better, not only as traders but also as humans. One more thing that I wanted to mention is that if you're still facing a lot of doubts and regrets, one of the reasons might be that you have other things in your life that are not okay. So I would definitely advise everyone to look into their eating schedule or sleeping schedule, or maybe you have problems with friends or family, or maybe for cash. You know, there are all other things that happen in the background in our life outside of crypto, and indirectly they affect how we think and how we feel about certain things. And I have found this to be very powerful, and actually in the last few weeks I have felt quite a lot of self-blame. And when I looked back into it, one of the main reasons for this was mainly because I wasn't sleeping well and because I wasn't taking enough breaks. And once I have fixed this together with some journaling, which is, I believe, still one of the most powerful tools out there, even outside of trading, then slowly I started seeing coming back to myself. So pretty much I wasn't that much fearful, and whenever I was feeling some kind of random emotion, I was able to register it and block it, or at least categorize it. Okay, this is not because I've done something wrong or whatever. This is because I need to go to bed a little bit early this week, and everything will be fine. This is everything for this video. If you have any additional questions, you know how to find me, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.